this. As we wait for a finalized contract, there are questions about how the district will pay for a new contract as it faces a multi-million-dollar budget deficit. Mila Kumpelova, senior reporter with Chalkbeat, is joining us now to discuss this. Mila, good to have you once again. Thanks so much. We've been hearing from the CTU, the teachers union, as well as the district's offer. Can you start by just boiling down each side's position?
There are a number of sticking points that remain as the two sides continue to negotiate 5 days a week. By both accounts, they're getting pretty close on pay, with pay raises of 4 to 5% for each of the 4 years of the contract. As you mentioned, the CTU continues to push for more staffing, while the district says that it already added 7,000 positions during the pandemic and needs to protect them rather than add more people. There's some disagreement over prep time for elementary teachers, and a couple of things, including scaling back teacher evaluations and allowing teachers to pick their own curriculums that the union says will not cost anything, but the district says will interfere with the ability of principals to run their schools.
So there are a lot of points of discussion that don't have to do with money, but as we really drill down on the funding part of it, in your article in Chalkbeat this week, you wrote that there are three components in the funding here. Property taxes being the big part, state and the federal government providing a lot, but with the latter there, ending contributions because of COVID ending, what other options does that leave to try to pay for this new contract?
Right. The federal COVID relief that the district received that powered a lot of that hiring is going away after this year. And most commentators don't expect that the Trump administration will be upping spending for education. And meanwhile, the state is only projected to make modest increases in its contributions. So looking at property taxes, something that both sides have been talking a lot about lately is the tax increment financing, or TIF program. There are surpluses that the district has gotten money from in recent years, but there are also a number of those TIF districts that are expiring in coming years. That'll give it an additional financial boost. However, most of that will not come in the 4 years of the contract, but further down the road.
We'll see if those TIF expirations can make a difference, but as you indicated, it's down the road. CPS does have a reserve fund. It's, I think, somewhere around $1 billion. Why is there a resistance to tap that sort of a rainy day fund?
Well, CPS officials say that the $1 billion is more of a paper fund balance. It's really largely committed in paying for day-to-day expenses. And in fact, it's not enough. And the district has to short-term borrow as it goes along during the school year to make payroll and to pay its vendors. Officials say that, in fact, there are only $66 million in actual cash on hand, which obviously wouldn't go very far in addressing the costs of the contract. And even if it was more money, this would be one-time money, which probably wouldn't be wise to use on expenses, which will be coming back again and again, year after year, and actually increasing over time.
Finally, and quickly, if you would, please, what do you foresee here? Cuts coming? What would the impact be on students?
Well, CEO Pedro Martinez has been very reluctant to discuss cuts. Officials have said that with what they have offered teachers so far at the bargaining table, they should be able to avoid them in the short term. There's this wild card of this payment to the city pension fund that covers many non-teaching staff in CPS. As you might know, the district is saying the city should cover it. The city insists that the district should cover it. So we'll have to see how that works out. But that's another expense that could make the difference between cuts in the short term and avoiding them for now.
Yeah,
But
the
with
balance.
large deficits looming, I think cuts might very well be part of the conversation before too long.
All the kids, you think about the students. Mila Kumpelova with Chalkbeat. Thanks a lot again for being with us. Have a good one.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.